if you're an Excel user and you're looking to take your technical skills to another level, if you're looking to get better at working with data, SQL is a really good tool to use. Some people call it SQL, some say SQL, but you might not know what I'm talking about. So if you don't know, SQL is it stands for Structured Query Language, and it's a domain-specific programming language. And now I call it a programming language, but it's not. That's not. Doesn't mean it's a general programming language. What it does is it does one thing really well, and that's it handles working with data. So specifically data that's stored in databases, which are essentially a collection of tables, just like you use in Excel, where you use rows and columns. So by using SQL, that's kind of like the next step. You might know you're ready to start using SQL if you use Excel a lot and you run into problems with the amount of space, or if you got giant worksheets that are just too big because of all the different collections of tables you have. If it's just too much and you're exceeding limits, or if you're trying to modify the data or retrieve the data and it's just not coming out fast enough and you're getting bogged down, working with larger data sets, you might want to start learning how to use SQL, and Access or Microsoft SQL Server or a different flavor of SQL might be right for you. So also, if you are a heavy user of Excel, you might also notice that there's some carryover when you start learning SQL, and that's going to really the foundation you have is going to help. Things like rows and columns that we talked about, they're a staple to Excel, and then like using filters, find and replace, extracting substrings. These are all concepts that you use in Excel, but you'll also use in SQL. So I definitely recommend learning SQL if you're a heavy Excel user ready for the next step. And if you are ready for that next step, I've got a section called Excel to SQL on excelshortcut.com, and I really think you should go check it out if that's what you're trying to learn. So I'm going to put a link below this. I'm going to put a link in the description, and if you want to learn more about SQL, definitely go check that out. Okay? And I hope to hear good things from you in the comments. Thanks.